Hello, good morning. How are you today? My name is Praise for welcome to Pfthinks. I'm super excited to be coming your way from Praise for International Studios, Lagos, Nigeria. How are you doing and how is everything with you? I am excited, to have come your way again. You know how we do it on the show. We get into different issues, and this is PF Things, episode 131. Hey, Kafi, good to see you this morning. Well, everyone joining on Facebook, and those of you joining on YouTube, and those of you joining on Instagram, and everyone that would see this later, I want to say thank you so much for joining me. For about 10 days, we've been looking at releasing your personal power. That's what we've been looking at in the last 10 days. And yesterday, I decided to answer some of your questions. The questions are just rushing in, left, right, and center. And I could only take 6 yesterday. I will attempt to take more today. And hopefully, if I can't finish them, maybe I'll reply personally to some of you, or if I can extend it to tomorrow. But I want to quickly round up this series on releasing your personal power, because everyone has got personal power, but not everyone will release their personal power. Not because they don't have the capacity to, but a lot of people have surrendered their personal power to what people have had to say. This person that you love, that person that you love. So one of the things I'm going to be sharing in releasing your personal power, in fact, there's a particular episode I want to discuss on how to let go of the demons in your life. And I've defined a demon as a person, a system, an ideology, a belief that suppresses your originality, that strikes fear into you, making you say yes when you meant to say no. That's my definition of a demon. And I'm going to dedicate an entire episode of this show to dealing with the demons holding you bound so that you can cast them out. Many a time, the demons are not the witches in the villages. The demons are not the unseen forces. The demons are the people you love that you have abdicated your life onto. So today, I will start by taking the sixth and the seventh question that came in the order at which they came in. Right. So this person is asking a question. I have followed your session, and my personal power is dancing. Oh, wow. But my pastor said my dance is ungodly and secular, and he has asked me to pray for another talent. What do I do? Now, very interesting. I'm just excited that Kafi is listening, and she's the #1 dancer that I know of in Nigeria and maybe Africa. Now, let me say this carefully. The biggest problem I have seen, in Nigeria and Africa, especially among religious people, is the quest to to differentiate. It's such a coincidence, Kafi, you won't believe this, right? We try to separate secular from spiritual, and our definition of secular means, it's ungodly. Spiritual means it is godly, and this worldview is what has destroyed the entire workforce in Africa, that makes a medical doctor abandon stethoscope in a continent that is in need of a lot of medics. We are already short in supply of medics in Nigeria. Then you now imagine how many doctors are warming up to dump the hospital for the pulpit. Ministry is not pulpit. Ministry is the word service, is the word carries, charisma, is actually to serve, right? And you can serve anywhere. So when people say, this is my secular job, this is my spiritual job, it's almost like bipolar. And that's why you see people put up their best behaviors in churches and mosques and their worst behaviors at work. So if you have hired a staff who speak in tongue or who praise, you will notice that many of them are very slothful. Many of them are not upward looking, but the same person is dancing to God and shouting to God inside the church. The question I ask is, can you equate incompetence with God? Oh Lord, my God, how excellent is your name in all the earth. There is you cannot put God and incompetence in the same sentence. So how can spirituality be incompetent? Truth is, a lot of people have been stripped of their personal power by this kind of worldview. And, you know, I mean, it's very shameful, actually. And I must say that we have taking people's power away from them simply because we are trying to become second in command to God. And let me say this. Many of the revelations we share, even Jesus may take note because he did not teach us. So, if dance is your personal power, my friend is listening to me, Kathy, please slide into our DM on Instagram, Kathy Dance, and follow her and ask her to mentor you. She's got a lot of dance classes, a lot of courses that can help you. I mean, she has proven it that you can match faith with dance. There is no dance called secular. There is no dance called spiritual. To him that is pure, all things are pure. In the Bible, King David danced. How did he dance? He stripped himself naked. That's what many of us will call nude dancing. People would have, I mean, if that had happened in our days, they would have called it lap dance. They would have called it strip dance. They would have labeled it. We try to label what we don't understand. So God is the giver of talent. God is the giver of gifts. And all good and perfect gifts come from God. So if God has not placed dancing in me, I will need to go out of my way to learn how to dance. I can't dance like Kathy, right? But some people dance naturally. That is their power. Don't let anybody talk you in the name of spirituality out of your dancing power. The amazing thing and the hypocrisy is, if you dance your way to stardom, the same people will try to claim you. So when we dance in church, for example, how do you measure what is seductive, what is not seductive? So people say when you roll your waist, you are seductive. It's in your mind. To him that is pure, all things are pure. When Serena Williams plays, some people will look at her and they'll say she's seducing them. She's not seducing you. There is seduction in your heart. And so you need to walk with your heart and deal with your heart, because to him that is pure, all things are pure. So my dear, if dancing is your power, please don't let anybody secularize or turn you into some spiritual junkie, because there is no spiritual dance. Dance is how you want to express yourself. So there are professional dancers. You can actually begin to choreograph dance for music videos, choreograph dance. You can dance to heal. People are, I mean, in my sessions, when I do my training, I subject my people to dancing, dance aerobics. And we have consistently seen people's BP crash simply by dancing, because the energy of dance is the energy of play. And that secretes the feel-good hormones into your body, right? So don't let anybody destroy you. There is a way you can turn your dance to heal nations. Your dance can bring healing to people. Your dance can actually make people shed weight, right? And your dance can be aerobics. I mean, I don't like to jog like that, even though I work out every morning. But my basic workout, most important workout, is dance aerobics. I do that every day because I just love the fun of catching it, and I sweat and it keeps me fit. So you can actually dance and heal people. You can dance to keep people alive. You can dance to transform lives. You can dance to employ people. You can create an entire value chain around the dance industry, you know, and hire a lot of people and put food on their table. Dance can heal. Dance can transform. When we stand before the Lord and we say we are doing praise and worship, what are we doing? We are giving our sacrifice of dance. So don't let anybody in the name of special revelation talk you out of your power. What do you need to do? Find a mentor. Kathy Dance, go and follow her. You know, get her to teach you and groom you and sharpen you so that you become a professional dancer. Let me tell you, if the person says dancing is not your power, tell the person to be putting ₦1 million in your bank account every month and you will stop dancing. If the person can fulfill that, then stop dancing. But you'll be shocked the person cannot do that. And please, it doesn't mean your pastor is bad. It just means that his worldview cannot accommodate, you know, the expression of your potential. So he's trying to protect you because he doesn't want you to go to hell. But there is nothing about going to hell with your dance. In fact, what I say to people is this, people don't understand when the Bible says, and trust me, I am not a pastor. I don't like to preach on this show. It's basically an intellectual and thinking show. When the Bible says, in my Father's house, there are many mansions, people think it's talking about Julius Berger in heaven. No, it actually means in my Father's kingdom, there are many expressions of potential. So there are potential yet to be expressed. Dance is one of them. So when you see people say you cannot dance to glorify God, it's just, I don't want to say bullshit, but it's crappy to me, right? There's an entire industry, people are earning a living by dance. So don't let anybody strip you of your power, because if they strip you of your power, they will strip others of their power. Don't let people turn you to mumu. If the power you have been given to scale and to become the best of your type is dancing, please dance like David, dance like yourself, create new dance steps, give life to people, give excitement to people. I love it. When I see Coffee Dance, every time I log on and I see a dance, it makes me happy, and I try to join, even though I am not perfect at it, but that's a power. My own power is different from your power. What I have learned to do is to celebrate what people do so well. And please, if the person that you have surrendered yourself to lead you is going to stifle you, you may need to find another leader. But don't hold any animosity, and don't be angry, or don't allow hatred in your mind, right? People see the way they want to see, and sometimes people's exposure can affect their spirituality. It has happened to me before. I have preached against weave-on campus before. I have taught before that ladies who wear trousers are going to hellfire. I have taught it because of the people that also taught me. But as I began to share the weight of ignorance, and my exposure began to improve, everything about me, worldview began to change. So maybe the person teaching you is a bit closed-minded, or the worldview he has right now cannot accommodate the expression of your talent. So please find someone that can mentor you and dance your way to stardom. We are waiting to come and watch your concert. I would gladly pay to come and watch your concert. So please get back to the gym of dancing and dance your way to success. I hope I've answered that question. Number 8. I have cried several times through this series, and I will honestly want to release my personal powers, but I have bills to pay. I don't love my job, but it pays my bills. What do I do? I empathize with you, and honestly, I love it when, I love that saying that it is good for a man to bear his body when he's still young. Maybe if I had not pulled out of paid employment in 2003 and pursue my personal power, maybe it would have been harder at this time if I'd gotten into paid employment for longer than necessary. Because when you have children, you think of the bills you need to pay. But let me say this to you. Technology has made life easy right now. And so there are 2 windows. And that was one of the things my mentor taught me. There is the window of 8 to 6. And there's a second window of 6 to 8. 8 to 6 is what you are giving to your employer. But you have 6 to 8, which you can give to yourself. So what I tell people is this: when you leave your employer's job, what you are paid to do, when you're in that job, give it your all, because you will be criminal. It will be criminal of you to be doing your personal runs during your office hours. And a lot of people try to do that. You are paid for your time in someone else's business. Don't start doing your personal runs. It is wrong. I don't think it's right. In fact, it's not that I don't think it is wrong. And people do that so people can manage it. So you put them on a job where they earn salary and they spend the whole time working on their personal runs. It's wrong. However, when you close from your boss's job, you can now create your own time. For example, this is 3 a.m. Nigerian time. Many people are sleeping. I am at work, right? So if I was working for someone else, I can sustain this and still go to work in the morning. Do you understand? Now, so you now devote 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. to your personal runs to build yourself and build capacity. Now, here is the deal. As you begin to sell yourself and prototype creatively and begin to sell your product and service, the moment what you are earning on what has become a part-time for now begins to rise above what you are earning on your job, it may be a good time to pull out. Because I will not advise you. A lot of people have been misguided. Fire your boss, fire your boss. Not everyone can fire their boss. Not everyone can run a company. Some people are better as a number 2 than a number 1. As a matter of fact, if you can't run a company as a number one, what you might need to do is to partner, collaborate, leverage. Look for people who want to build a business in the line of what you have as your personal power, collaborate and hold stakeholding. Why you keep a paid employment so that you can fund that as well. But the moment business begins to grow and it begins to rise and it begins to scale, you might want to pull out of your paid employment because what you have now created as your power can now sustain you. Do you understand? But don't be misguided and say, oh, I have discovered I'm going to pull out. Hunger may mess you up, right? So stay in there, give it your best while you work on your personal plan, so that when you step out, you are not going to start afresh. You already have your client base, you have your marketing plan, you have your support system, you have your support structure, you have everything you need to do to succeed. As a matter of fact, the moment your side hustle, that's what we call it in Nigeria, which is your personal power or your personal business, begins to clash with the business paying your bills, it might be time to quit that business so that you quit honorably as against creating problems. So you don't need to cry. Wipe your tears. It's good time. It's a good time to rediscover your life and start your life. Let me say this to you. There are two levels of employees: those who have been fired and those waiting to be fired. Something will fire eventually, including retirement. And please, let me say this. There is a school of thought that says you cannot be rich while living as an employee. It's not correct. The CEO of Coca-Cola is a billionaire. The CEO of Microsoft is a billionaire, right? Or a millionaire in dollars. So don't let anybody lie to you in the name of motivational speaking and make you quit your job. You have bills to pay. You got to pay your bills. But work on your personal power, develop it and cultivate it and make it marketable. The moment the market can respond to it and they are willing to pay you for it, then you can drop your letter honorably on what makes your job right now. And please, the essence of your job is actually to mentor you on how to run a business. So understand every business process. You need to understand while on that job so that when you start your own, you know how to run it profitably well. That's what I think you need to do. Number 9, can I be mentored by someone who doesn't share my faith? Because the Bible says we must not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. How do I handle this? Now, very simple. The teacher that taught you mathematics in school, was he someone of your faith? The person that delivered you in the hospital, was he someone of your faith? Every time you have gotten sick, and you've gone to the hospital, have you asked the doctor, are you Christian, are you Muslim? No. You realize that when it comes to matter of life and death, religion does not count. I don't know why is it that when something is pure, the moment we throw religious sentiment, it becomes diluted and war breaks out, right? I hate to classify life as secular, spiritual, believer, unbeliever, because who is an unbeliever? The word unbeliever is a very simple word. An unbeliever is someone who doesn't believe what you believe. An unbeliever may not be wrong, right? So, for example, I don't believe in red shirt. You believe in red shirt. As far as I am concerned, and that word is concerned, I'm an unbeliever to you. You are an unbeliever to me, right? If I say I want to sell, if I say I believe in this remote control, right? And you say I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it at all. I can't stand it. You are an unbeliever to this remote control. I'm a believer of this remote control. And we have choices and preferences. There is nothing wrong with it. Error comes in life when people try to impose their worldview and their beliefs on people. And that is the origin of chaos and war across the globe. You need to get to the point wherein you have to understand that two people can disagree and both of them are right. Do you understand? So when it comes to mentoring, a mentor is someone who has demonstrated expertise and consistency in a particular sector and a particular field, right? So you are not going to learn religion from your mentor. You are going to learn competence and your mentor will brush you up. So when you begin to bring in the sentiment of, can people of some similar faith, you are not going to learn Christianity in medicine. You are not going to learn Islam from a mentor who is supposed to teach you on how to dance. You are not going to learn Buddhism from a mentor who has demonstrated capacity in coaching, right? So you need to understand to separate this. Your faith is your faith, which is why I tell people never get into mentoring until you are properly discovered yourself. As a matter of fact, don't even get involved in religion until you are properly discovered yourself, because it can totally mess you up if you're not careful. So your mentor can be someone who doesn't share your faith, because what you want to go and learn has nothing to do with your faith. It has something to do with professionalism and competence and expertise. So I have learned from Muslims. I have mentors who are free thinkers. I have mentors who are Buddhists, Hindus. That is not who they are. That is the religion they practice. We need to separate it. Their humanity, their person is different from the religion they practice. They were not born practicing that religion. It was a religion that they met and they accepted. They chose to practice, right? So when it comes to what I want to learn, I focus on why I'm there, which is why mentoring has got to be purposeful. You need to make up your mind what exactly is the goal of mentoring for you. What is the entry and what is the exit? The goal of mentoring is formation. So you need to understand this and you need to deal at that level. So don't let anybody mess you up and mess up your brain. If there is nobody a Christian around you that can teach you what you know, please go to the best in your field. The best in, I mean, if I want to learn investment right now and I have the opportunity of learning from Warren Buffett, I will run after him. If I have the opportunity of learning from Bill Gates, I will run after him with all pleasure. Mark Zuckerberg is practice Buddhism, but you will not see anything Buddhism on Facebook. I have learned a lot from that young man and I'm still learning. If I have the opportunity to be mentored by him for 1 year, I will abandon everything I'm doing to go and be with him to learn how he thinks and how he does things. Do you understand? So please, mentoring is about grooming you to become the better version of you and mastering what your mentor have mastered. It's got nothing to do with religion. So don't bring religion sentiment into it. So yes, someone who doesn't share your faith can mentor you in an area where he has demonstrated competence. In fact, the fact that he has demonstrated competence and with your faith, you are still ignorant in that sector should make you begin to say, is it faith I want or is it competence I want? And let me tell you, right, you don't have to bring all these things together and just mess things up for yourself. Go and focus on what you need to focus on. And like I said yesterday, mentoring will open you up to the vulnerability, will make your mentor vulnerable, right? You will see their good, bad, and the ugly, including their weaknesses. Your job is not to focus on their weaknesses. Your job is to focus on why you are there and master why you are there. I have had mentors that I don't agree with their lifestyle or their worldview, but that's none of my business. I was there to learn what I needed to learn and I've mastered it and I've left. Number 10, what do you do when you feel you have missed your chances in life and you now want to concentrate on raising your children? I feel so empty watching this entire series that I've made it mandatory for my children to listen to this entire series. Now, thank you very much for this question. Now, sometimes when I started this discussion, I told you some talents are for a season, some are for a reason, and some are for a lifetime. The gift and the calling of God is without repentance. So never give up on yourself. Colonel Sanders discovered himself at the age of 62, there about 65. There's a woman who became a first-time author at the age of 82, 2 years ago. There's another woman who acted in the movie Black Panther, that was her first time of acting. I think she was 80, thereabout. So don't give up on yourself. While it's good to raise your children and to help them get it better, you need to understand that it's not over for you. So you need to check yourself. The talents that you have, is it for a season? Is it for a reason? Is it for a lifetime? So there are some talents you have right now. For example, if you have the talent of running, you are already 50. You cannot go and be running again. But can you become a coach? Which means you can reinvent that talent and get back to the gym. You can work out and keep fit. Maybe you cannot do it competitively, but at least you can groom others to become better at that. That is still expressing that talent. So you can write about it. You can blog about it. You can shoot documentaries on it. There are so many places in the value chain of that talent that you can still find expression. So don't give up on yourself, because when you don't learn how to release your personal power, you will find out that sometimes there is no fulfillment in you. So while it's good to focus on your children, and I applaud the fact that you are doing that, but understand that someday your children are going to leave. When your children leave and they go to start their lives, you'll now be left empty. So that's why you need to ensure that you maximize yourself, discover yourself. I mean, if you see the mother of Elon Musk, She's a runway model, and she has kept her job even till now. His father too has kept his job. Bill Gates' father has kept his job, right? So you need to understand that nobody's happiness can be transferred to your own happiness to make your happiness. You have to find your own happiness by yourself, and your happiness is within you. It cannot be in your children. So you need to find your forte, your strength, because a time will come, your children will go on vacation with their spouses. Are you going to follow them for vacation? You're not going to follow them, which is why you need to build yourself, find confidence in yourself, find fulfillment in yourself, find your power no matter your age, and focus on it right now. Your personal power is what you have been given to boost your own happiness. And if you don't focus on that, you will become a nuisance very soon to your children, because then you now want to follow them for every vacation that your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law begins to tell your daughter to say, can you tell mommy to stay away so that we can enjoy our life? You want to follow them to the bedroom because your esteem is tied to your children. So you need to raise your children, help them find their feet, because the goal of parenting is to raise a child to become the best version of himself and to set him free, right? But you need to now come back to your own personal power and deploy it consistently. A righteous man bears fruit in their old age. So you can become very agile, very active to your old age. Warren Buffett is still analyzing market trend till tomorrow, even at his age, right? Bill Gates is still analyzing market trend, even though he has retired from Microsoft, he's still investing. Same way, don't, because you are 60 or 50 or 40, now give up on yourself and say, yeah, I will not live for my children. No, live for yourself. Live for yourself. Your children will live for themselves as well, right? Now, help your children, mentor them to avoid the mistakes you have made. But let me tell you, there is no mistake that is fatal. You can always bounce back and bounce up again. Do you understand? So get back to the gym of your personal power, run through the series I've taught, and get back to visualization. Dream again. Don't give up on yourself, and you'll be glad that you did, because fulfillment will only come from within, not from without you. So get back and take your personal power back. Number 11. Esther, I can see you. Good to see you. Number 11, I love to write, but I don't have money to publish the books. How can my dream come to a reality when I'm presently broke? I really need urgent help because I'm losing my mind. Let me tell you, my first book was in 2003, and I had the same dilemma. It's you are an innovation done and adulteration. That's the title of the book. When I wanted to publish the book, I didn't have money. So, and I've not written the book. I just had the idea, the title. But I was already destroying myself with money. Then I read a book that says, any project you want to do, if you cannot break that project to the nearest 10 naira, it's a useless project. That no matter how big the project is, if you cannot break it to the nearest 100 naira, to say, what can I start with 100 naira, is a useless project, forget it. So I asked myself, when you want to write a book, is it money for publishing you need first? The answer is no. The first thing I needed, then there were not even, I didn't have a laptop or a desktop. This was 2003. I mean, very few people have desktop. An entire university, sometimes you don't get to see a desktop. So what did I do? I realized that what I needed was an exercise book, 60 leaves, and a pen. Exercise books was 20 naira, a pen was 10 naira. So 30 naira was what I needed to start. So I used my exercise book and pen to start writing the book. At the end of the day, I used 2 exercise books. That's about 60 naira plus 110 naira pen. That's 70 naira. I had that money. When I finished the book, that's why you need to build network and do a lot of good. I had one auntie that I've done a lot of good for. I used to go and volunteer for her. She had a cyber cafe, right? And she used to type for people. So I went to meet her and told her, auntie, I'm writing my book. Can you help me type it? Oh, she said, praise, I will do anything to support your dream. She typed the book for free. And I put it on a diskette. Now, it now came to editing. I'm a member of the music group at the Fountain of Life Church many years ago. So there's an auntie called Auntie Tolu, who is an English graduate. I went to meet her to say, Auntie Tolu, can you help me read this book? I didn't even tell her I edit it. I knew she was an English graduate, and you know, they have a way of picking your flaws. As she was reading it, she told me, Praise, this your book needs a lot of editing. Don't worry, I will edit it for you. That was how I typed the book for free, edited for free. Now, it now came to financing it. As I got to that point, because I was working in the tape department, I was the head of tape. So what I did was to read the book into tapes and duplicated like 10 copies. And I had some big egbons, you know, who had money, right? So I didn't tell them to give me money. I went to give them the tape to say, sir, I'm writing this book. I want you to listen to it and give me a feedback. So they were playing it in their cars, and it was a very good book. So as they came back, they started using the book. They said, when is this book coming out? I said, I have not published it yet, but I just wanted to listen. Praise, you will need money. The person that gave me 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, but it was still not enough. Then I remember that I had an uncle who has a printing press. I went to meet him, and I told him, my dilemma, he said, Praise, I'll print it for you, but we need money for basic material. So I needed 100K extra. My mother came out one day and said, I want to support your dream, give me 100K. That was how I found money to print this book. But it started with 17 naira. So, my dear, life has even become easier now. You can blog about your book, right? You can write about it online. A lot of my write-ups right now become books. I've written every day of my life since 2003 till date. I wrote for this day newspaper for 10 years of my life. So every week. So it means you have various platforms of expressions right now. So don't let money disturb you. In fact, when people say I don't have capital, the word capital in the Jewish context, when you say I don't have capital, what they hear you say is I don't have a brain, because capital is your brain. So when you say I don't have capital to start, what you are saying is I don't have a brain. There are so many people willing to invest in your dream if you can package your dream and sell it to them. There are venture capitalists, there are startup, for financiers. There are people willing to take a stake in your business if it's good enough. So please write that book, type it. I mean, you have data to reach me. So type it out and let people read it for you and let them feed you back. You can never tell who is willing to fund it. And there are so many publishing firms across the world right now. If your script is good enough, in America, publishing is huge. Even in Nigeria, there are places where you can even do audiobook right now and just put it on several platforms and people will pay to download. So there are so many apps available right now that you don't even have any excuse. So go ahead, write that book and publish it. Money will show up. If the book is a vision, money is provision, pro is supporter of vision. It will come along the line, but start first. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started on your way to becoming great. The last question for today, because my time is running. I have been burnt over and over again that I no longer believe in people and I've become more suspicious. How can I heal from this pain? Because it has cost me so much in terms of people that could have helped. And how do I believe in myself again? Okay. If you have been burnt, I empathize with you. I have also been burnt. But you see, we can't give up on people, because if you give up on people, then people will give up on you. Right? I taught a series, I think 2 days ago, on the 3 quadrants of relationship: the outer court, the inner court, the holies of holies, how to recognize them, the rules of engagement. You can go back on my YouTube channel and listen to that. It's still free for now. In another 1 month or 3 months, many of the sessions will no longer be free because we are going to archive them and turn them into products. Right. So you can go listen to it. For your hurt, you can go to day 56 of Pfthinks, also on YouTube. You will find how to heal from trauma and pain. But let me say this to you. People will hurt you, but you must not give up on people. And the kind of people that hurt you are people who don't deserve you. Sometimes what I've said to people is that life makes people hurt you to make them reveal themselves. As a matter of fact, nobody can hurt you. People are only being revealed. There is nothing like hurting. There is nothing like hurt. There is only revelation. So imagine if the person who has hurt you, you have given the person 1,000 naira or 5,000, and the person did not pay you back, right? The person has revealed himself that you are not worthy of being committed, more resources being committed into your hand. Imagine if that person is revealed when you have trusted the person with 1 billion. So you need to be grateful that what has been up and what the person has done was not fatal enough to destroy you. You have kept a secret with someone, and the secret has been spread across. It is a pointer that this person cannot handle the totality of you. You are falling in love with someone, and the person has handled you badly. It is a time to testify that, thank God I've not entered marriage with this person. Or you have entered marriage and the marriage has broken. It's time to testify that you made it out with your life. Do you understand? For every negative occurrence, there is a corresponding positive intention. You need to max the positive and own your own narrative. So people don't hurt me. People are only revealed. And consistently in my journey to life, a lot of people have been revealed that I know what never to commit into their hand. I know what never to tell them, simply because of what they have done. And let me say this, they are also on their journey to life. Where they are may be survival. Someone who is at the level of survival can hurt you badly, not because they are bad, that's just where they are, right? In survival, I mean, Esther is there listening to me. There have been people who use gossip to enter your life. They come and gossip about someone, right? And when they gain strength, they need to use you to get to the next level. When they get to the next level, they backbite about you and they go around. But let me shock you, a time will come, people will know them, right? And because stories spread very fast, right? A whisperer will separate the best of friends. They are just coming to you. So they'll say, this person said this about you, and you begin to, feel hurt for people that you truly love. But you don't know that is their pattern. They are at the level of survival. So they will just use people to get to the next level. They dump that person. They use that person to get, they have a goal. They don't mind how many people they kill, destroy, hurt on their way to getting to where they are getting to. They are celebrity wannabe, right? So they will do just anything to get by, right? So when they begin to hail you, you are the best to have happened to me. Don't be carried away, because they want something. And once they get you, use you as a ladder to the next level, they are going to dump you, right? So don't feel hurt at all. They are teaching you something. But also life is saying to you that this person is not worthy of greater commitment, because I always tell people, we are still going to meet. No matter what you do to people, you will still meet them somewhere in life. The question is, how will you handle them? When I was in secondary school, there was this senior called Senior Gonzar. Senior Gonzar will beat you and beat you and beat you and beat you and hurt you. One day, I was on an interview panel and he came to look for a job. This was a guy who messed me up big time in school, and you could see, in fact, seeing me on the panel affected his performance, right? So be careful how you treat people, right? Because people that gossip with you, we gossip about you someday, is one of the timeless lessons I've learned in my life, and I'm a bit more careful right now. So when someone comes into your life and is coming with gossip, that's a candidate for outer court, not inner court. Don't commit your history, your secrets into their hand. They don't have the capacity to handle it. When someone comes into your life to invest in your dream, that's a candidate for inner court, because they respect you enough to put resources. They are asking, how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I support what you are doing? Those are candidates for inner court. But holies of holies is brotherhood. They are the ones you can be naked with, because they have earned the right to undo your nakedness, right? Those are your holies. So you can be sure, come rain, come shine, they're going to stand with you. Even when you mess up, they're going to stand with you. If you misbehave, they're going to stand with you. They're not going to throw you away, right? Because it is brotherhood and it's a blood relationship, right? So you need to learn to spot your outer court, your inner court, and your holies of holies. Crisis happens when you bring an outer court person into your holies of holies. So usually when people come into my life, I'm checking them out. I'm checking how they have fallen out with people before. So if the person has a reputation of fighting dirty, or I even ask, so has someone hurt you before? You say yes. So what did you do? I went on social media and I scattered the ground. I exposed them. I know this person, I need to keep them at arm's length, because very soon they are going to fight me dirty. Do you understand? So you need to activate what we call your personal immigration system. Be your own consular general. Interview every entry and exit into your life. Study them. Then the Pani says, qualify people for the investment of your energy, because your energy is your life. Qualify people for the investment of your energy, because your energy is your life. You have people they will call energy vampire. They are there to suck you dry. So you need to understand how to qualify them. So for example, I go for a seminar and I have like 200 people, they want to see me. Oh, Mr. Prince, I need you. You know what I do? I tell them, send me a mail. Every time I've said, send me a mail, the number will reduce to 30. Then from those who send me a mail, I'll say, okay, you want to see me? I have written this book. Can you go get it? It will solve this problem. The number, and if you read it, can you summarize what you have read? The number will usually reduce to 2. Now, those are the people that need me. So you must separate those that want you from those that need you. Not everyone that wants you need you. If you bring people that want you into your life, they are going to kill you eventually if you are not careful. So you qualify people for the investment. Even Jesus had the 12. He had the 72. He had the 12. Even within the 12, he had the 3 or the 4, right? And what he told the 4, he did not tell the 12. What he told the 12, he did not tell the 72. What he told the 72, he did not tell the crowd. So you need to understand that not everyone who wants you need you. In fact, some of the people, they need mentoring. Keep them at arm's length. A tale bearer separate the best of friends. Be careful of tale bearers. So you need to insulate yourself from being burnt over and over again. And if you have been burnt, don't feel hurt. Take it as a lesson. It's a feedback. Use it for research and development, and use it to create your own new personal immigration system. That will help you. Set your personal boundary and don't let people cross it. There are people I can trust with my life. I can trust them with my secrets. People say, oh, Praise, you are good, you are good. I have my down moments. I have my challenges. There are people I can share it with. But not everyone is qualified to hear it, because if you share your secrets or your inner life with outer court people, you will hear it on the street. If you share it with holies of holies people, you can be sure even when they fall out with you, they are not going to tell people. And those are the people who can stand with you when the chips are down. I hope I have helped you and this has helped you. But please get on day 52 or thereabout. You know, you will find this session on healing. Listen to it. There's a step-by-step process to healing. Basically, it's about changing the meaning. Find the positive in the negative that has happened to you. Match the positive. Turn it to a narrative. Excuse the person that hurt you. They are just hustlers looking for, you know, people to feast on. Maybe they are parasites. Just excuse them and then move on with your life, because you cannot carry their pain into your future. Your future is unfolding and you don't need that negative energy. I hope this has helped you. Thank you, everyone who has joined me today. By the way, by 7 p.m. tonight, I am launching State of the Union Africa, a monthly show. And this month, we are focusing on parenting in Africa. I have studied various African countries and there are similarities. What do we need to do differently? If you have not registered, I don't know if there is still space, but it's iampraisforward.com/State of the Union, right? It's going to be a Zoom session, and maybe we'll be able to stream on my YouTube channel. I think class is full actually, so you might need to watch it on the YouTube streaming link, Praise Forward Live, basically, right? So I'll see you at 7 p.m. where I'll be sharing with you some of the things I've discovered about African parenting and what we need to do differently to groom our children to become global citizens. Thank you, everyone who has joined me. I super celebrate you, and I never take for granted the fact that you invest 3 a.m. every day to be with me. I respect you. I celebrate you, and you are my ultimate heroes. I love you all. Have a fantastic and go and win. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 a.m., God's willing, and we'll be back 7 p.m. tonight, West African time. Keep loving, keep living. Have a fantastic day. I celebrate you. Bye-bye.